right. I was quite concerned, maybe you can say, about the unknown, because I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
The standard ratings and all don't really capture 11-year-old prodigy with the way they're growing. First game was choppy, but anyway, I made it.
Okay. Well, here we go. The first Armageddon game of the round. We'll see how choppy it is. We've got an exchange Slav on the board. Both players playing fast. So
before we get into this one, which I have to say, the only thing's my jealousy for not going to Italy like you did is the fact that you missed that pivotal moment between Gukesh and Magnus. What's your take on it? I'm sure you've seen it.
Yes, it's pretty raw. I think when I played Mamadiyarov a couple of years back and just resigned, I made my move, resigned, and then I had to explain to him why I resigned, which makes it even harder. And I mean, that evening I was as miserable as you could be. But I guess for Magnus it was just too intense. To be winning the whole game, I was not winning him. But here, I just spoiled a good tournament. But here, Magnus would have had a 3-point lead. And he had it. He had played a good game. And to miss that this night comes back. Wow.
I wanted to ask you, Vishy, because you just said that you lost that game to Mamadiyarov, a game where you had to explain to him why you resigned. It ate you up. I think if we rank how chess players handle their emotions, there's the keep it all bottled inside, at least while they're in the public, and then go back to the hotel room and scream in the pillow or maybe do something worse, right? Then there's those who maybe visibly, show that they're upset, maybe not as visibly there, and then maybe those who kind of lose their temper in the moment. If you were to look back on your career, what are some of your most memorable moments of maybe going against someone who was really animated? Maybe not quite banging the table, but some of the players you went up against that really kind of could lose their cool.
Ivanchuk had moments when he was really disappointed to lose to me. But surprisingly, I think he was, the reaction we saw in New York, I haven't seen from him before. So that was quite emotional. Yeah. And there are other moments. Surprisingly, it's not the big ones, because in many tournaments, you've seen the writing on the wall long before it happens. Mm-hmm. It's only this kind of blunder thing.
Right.
I think the game which single-handedly convinced me it was probably time to move on from chess, and in a way, when the pandemic happened, and I think it kind of led me to where I am now, was the game that one. I mean, how can you lose that game after the time control? In fact, I have a winning position somewhere around move, and I played an excellent game. I mean, given who I was playing and so on, I reached the time control, and I just.
no psychology there. I think he knows he missed that.
But perhaps Queen G5 anyway, because that pawn on D4 is quite weak. Might
He can
not
take on
matter.
G5.
Yeah, it might not matter.
He probably has to take on G5.
And White probably has to swap queens because Queen D2 is in the air and what have you. No,
He gives
he's
a check.
he's going for gold.
Now he's
Uh-oh.
losing. Now it's bad. You can see the
Uh-oh.
bar shoot up right there. Bishop to F1. He's trying to go from behind, but Queen to E5 just finishes the game right now.
Yeah.
In this moment.
Queen E5, the king has to move to the H file. I guess we'll let them play it because if you go back there,
And then I just push.
I
I try to completely dismantle your position. You only have a check. This check, I go king to E3, and the checks stop.
It's
at
just
this
well,
point.
there's Queen G1, but yeah, the king is getting out.
The king will get. It's not that easy actually.
Yeah, that's.
It truly is not that easy. You do allow some checks, but
Magnus playing king to F4 instead of the check. Still
Look at
winning,
this.
but what a crazy king.
This is wild. That is fun.
great move. Great move as well.
By the way, now black has no check, so your threat of Queen E5 and G6 is devastating.
And you can see it on Hikaru's face. You can see it all on his face.
He's looking for
But
it.
Queen G5 was
Yeah, it was
completely
simple.
okay.
So
yeah,
what do you think Hikaru was thinking there? Is he seeing some sort of mirage, an illusion on Queen H3, or is he?
To H2.
I don't see the problem even for King F2.
Yeah.
But if King F2 doesn't work, then he missed King F3.
Okay.
Queen to E5, and now you have a lot of ways. In fact, why don't you
So
just
why
take
the
the
bishop
bishop on
Why not
F1?
Rook takes F1?
Yeah. Well, there is Rook H4 check because the pawn is pinned, and I'm not saying it works, but I think Hikaru is. I don't know.
But King E3
And Magnus has played it. Magnus has captured the bishop. He's up a piece.
Yeah.
The knight is coming to the defense right now. This is over, guys. This is over. I do believe that Magnus will take this Armageddon, and Hikaru is not going to be happy because he had it in the back. Queen to G2. Rook A1. The rook is ready to invade as well.
Threatening checkmate in 2. This is not good news for Hikaru Nakamura. It's going to be his 5th loss in Armageddon in a row.
One more check, and once I hide my king on G4, that's it.
Yeah.
Resignation and a smile by Hikaru. What a game this was. Magnus had a better position, but then Hikaru fought his way back with this crazy move G5 and the kingside attack.
Well, you can read
Had a
Magnus's
draw.
Lips and
Magnus's
says, yeah,
lip there. He
G5.
just sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, man. I'm sorry, but I was reading his lips, and he was like, I think you can just play Queen G5. He's like, I think you just play Queen G5, and everything's okay. But anyway, yes, wild stuff there.
That's a great point, Danny, and it's always good to see the players analyzing. Good that you can read